Welcome back to the next aid station. I am your host, Jake Kilgore, alongside Mr. Co-host, Michael J. Garrison. Hello.
What's up, dude?
Mick, how are you this morning?
So good. Just got done with a F45 workout. I did not go for a run.
Either did I. I was very disappointed in myself this morning. I was tired. It's been really, really hot, and I ran twice yesterday, once, and it was like 95 degrees on Bonneville Shoreline at 5 p.m.
I know why you didn't feel like going for a run. Because your AC was not working and your house was 95 degrees. And you didn't sleep, and therefore you didn't run.
Anytime I say I didn't sleep and I had to sleep in, you're my biggest supporter.
Yeah.
So thank you.
No matter what happened, I understand, brother.
No matter what, you're like, yes, sleep over anything.
Over anything.
That's my new t-shirt. Sleep over anything.
15 minutes into 200 miler.
Oh, true.
I'm
still recovering
That's
from
what
that.
got you through.
Yep. Okay. Here we are on Hardrock Week. I first learned about the Hardrock 100 from you, Sarah. Did you know that?
I remember that. Not at all.
Perfect. Hardrock.
Is that true?
Yeah. You were telling me about it back in the day, I think, when, like, Jared Campbell won. Didn't he win it, like, 10 years ago?
He won it? Yep.
Yeah. I think that's when I first, like, learned about it. Was when Jared won, and I was kind of getting into ultra, like, learning about it, and you were telling me all about Hardrock.
It's something special. Hardrock is, well, you know how many times we've done Speed Goat? Mm-hmm. And then I found out that there's this race that's basically 3 in a row. And I'm like, nope. What?
It is.
It's the Hardrock 100. And I'm like, holy crap.
Just run a Speed Goat triple.
Yeah, no.
Never.
No.
No.
You could do it. I'm good.
I'm gonna keep putting my name in and hopefully getting drawn out, but the odds are slim. There's only like 140 runners or something in it this year. 150. I can't remember what the cap is, but it's like 140, 150. They don't let a lot of people in.
Forest Service?
I don't know. Probably.
Yep.
Steepness, ropes.
Yeah, they have a hard time filling up the race. That's true. Yeah.
I mean, we probably have more runners than Hardrock.
For sure.
That's great. Okay. So, in reviewing and doing my list in preparation for today's pod and who we're going to pick, I got really excited when I started. There are 8 Utah men. I felt like that was a big number. I don't know why. I was like, 8? That seems like a lot.
That's nice.
There's only like 115 men or something like that. And I'm like, 8 from Utah?
I like that.
Is that good representation?
I think so. I don't think there were 8 in Western.
Yeah, so I'm like, I feel like that was a lot of dudes. And then there's 2 females. So we got 10. We got 10 from Utah, and it got me thinking. We're going to go draft some. We're going to do our podium, and we're going to pick our men's and women's podium for Hardrock. And I thought, how are our Utah boys and girls going to do? And I noticed that our good friend Cody Draper, after like 8 years of trying to get in.
I know. I'm so happy for him.
I think he had 5,000 tickets in.
He's going to win.
He's going
to be so excited.
When they drew him out, the whole state of Utah celebrated.
Uh-huh.
And then he had to pull his name out. He got injured. So he actually re-enters the lottery next year. They don't defer.
Hang on a second. This is news to me.
Yep.
You're telling me right now Cody Draper's not running Hardrock?
You're going to have to pull him off your podium.
What?
Cody Mick had you on the podium.
Why do I not know this?
Because you're not his friend, and I am.
He didn't text you and tell you that.
Actually, he did.
Hang on a second.
He did.
Cody, you text Jake and not me?
I was texting Francois. I was texting Zach Miller, and I was texting Cody, and I was like, hey, guys.
I was talking to Courtney, and she didn't even mention it. This is crazy.
Exactly.
Oh, I feel terrible.
Yeah. So
he's still going down there.
Yeah, he did last year.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's not in. So I got to thinking, Utah representation at Hardrock is pretty cool. And then I started thinking, who are the best runners in the state of Utah. Like, they live here. And I know we talked about it last time, but Rachel and Tyler just moved to Utah, and I'm like, we have some really good talent here.
So even if they're not from here, if they currently live here,
If they live here, train here, live here full time, anywhere in the state,
who is the best?
who's the best? So, Mick,
Okay,
this morning I would like to challenge you to a draft
let's go.
of Utah. Let's see, the men's Utah ultra runners, top 5. Who has?
You got Courtney.
I took Courtney last time. Okay, so you get to draft first.
Okay, I'm nervous that I'm gonna miss some gem.
We
some
have
obvious.
I spent some time on this.
That's why you didn't sleep.
I didn't sleep because I didn't know who to take first. No, because I feel the same way you do. I don't know all the runners, and there's a lot of really good runners in Utah.
Can we call a friend? Phone a friend?
No.
Okay.
We have not even compared lists yet.
No.
So this could go
And I got first
wild.
pick. I'm ready.
Fine. With the first overall pick in the men's Utah draft.
Team Mick Garrison selects Hayden Hawks.
I thought you'd maybe forget that he lives in St. George.
You did?
I was really hoping you'd just be focused about the Wasatch Front, like who lives here.
And you were just going to laugh.
I was like, yes.
No,
Okay,
bro,
fine.
I got Hayden Hawks.
So you took the obvious Hayden Hawks. The next pick is really hard for me because there's like 4 guys that I would really debate between.
Really? 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am a fan of this guy. Big fan. And he just did really, really well in Western. And so I am going to take Caleb Olson.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I like that.
I think I could have taken him second or third because you maybe forgot about him. It's just how you are.
You thought I was going to forget Hayden Hawks.
True.
Okay.
So I'm taking Caleb first.
With my number 2 pick, I'm going to take Tyler Green.
Okay. Fair. Our Nike runners are off the board. Then it makes my number 2 pick very easy. I'm going with Zach Garner.
Yeah, I was doing some research on him last night. He is so fast.
He just rolls into Bear and beats the course record by
it was
like 40
low,
minutes.
Low 17 hour.
Yeah, 17:11 or 17 something, yeah.
I
And he's
would've-
young, so he's going to be on my team.
I would
for a
have
long
really
time.
liked to have had him on my team.
He's like, if this is a keeper league, yeah, he's probably on my team for 10 years.
So I got Hayden, I got Tyler. Okay, and you got Zach. Okay. My next one, I have 2 guys that I want.
Okay.
I'm going to need you to let me have both of them. This is
You might
risky.
get them both.
I think I might. I might be strategic here. With my 3rd pick, I'm going Anthony Costales.
Okay.
So just on this next one, don't take my other one.
Don't take the other one? Okay, perfect. So I know who you want, so I'm just going to let you have him because
Great.
I don't want him.
Jake Kilgore.
Oh, that's such a good pick. So I broke.
Have you seen his times?
Oh yeah.
Holy crap! Dude. He's like 218 marathon guy. Something
Yeah,
wild.
dude. I put my runners in tiers, and he is a tier 1 pick. You got him 3rd. It's kind of big.
Hayden Hawks, Tyler Green, and Anthony Costales. My team's solid.
You're looking very solid right now. Ugh. Okay. I am going to have to go with Dakota Jones because I know you wanted him. So I'm taking him off the board 3rd.
If I wouldn't have said anything, if I would have just went like, oh, I'm taking Anthony Costales with my 3rd.
No, I knew you wanted. You're a Dakota fan, and you mention him often. So I knew you. I know you like him, and I like him too.
But you just said I didn't want him. So are you saying right now on the record that you're only taking him to block me?
I'm only taking him because I wanted Anthony.
So you're mad at me.
I wanted Anthony to be 3rd.
Okay. Now it gets really interesting.
Because now we're in tier. This is like a tier 2. I feel like we took all the tier 1s.
Yeah, this is where I'm like, am I missing somebody? Is the crowd, is the audience like screaming right now? How can you forget?
Our listeners are screaming right now.
See, like Carl Meltzer moved. He's gone. He's off.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, this isn't 1998 either. So
Interesting.
I'm taking them right now. There's a team right now to compete now.
Okay. In what?
A race.
In what race?
Of
Barkley?
my choosing. I'll tell you
Then I
after
want
you
Jared
draft.
Campbell. What race?
A 100-miler in the Rocky Mountains. How's that? Because they do live in Utah. It would make sense.
I believe I am correct, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to take Jimmy Elam.
Okay. Solid pick. Love that dude. And he needs he needs some sponsors. We need some people to step up and pay the man.
Yeah.
Pay Jimmy Elam, please.
Okay.
Okay.
You can be his agent.
Number 4 pick, I'm taking Ryan Montgomery. Yep. I like Ryan Montgomery a lot. So we each have one pick
We have
left,
one more pick.
and I know who we're both going to
Yeah.
take. So go
Well,
ahead.
hang on a second. Here's the thing. You're taking Trevor Fuchs, aren't you? Back in the day. Got his leg thing. Okay. With my 5th pick, and I'm so happy to do this.
I know.
In the Wasatch, you said Wasatch.
I know
didn't
who
you?
you're taking,
Yeah,
dude.
of course I'm taking Chepe.
I knew it, dude.
Jose Cruz.
Yeah, he's podiumed 3 times in a row at Wasatch.
Yeah.
So-
Bro, I got Chepe on my team.
Yeah, I know. So now I'm like, okay, well then I feel like we're creating a rivalry between Sean Smith and Chepe, and I'm
Yeah, I
like, do
got Sean Smith
I
on my
take
list.
Sean? I'm not going to take Sean.
What?
I'm not.
You're okay.
Because the direction this sport is going and where it's at. Because I want a well-rounded team and I want to be able to compete at any distance. I'm going to take Michael McKnight.
Okay, I like that. So you went the 200 route. I'm not gonna lie. I did look up to see if Harry Sabertis moved to Utah. He moved to freaking Reno.
What?
At least that's what it said. Can you confirm that?
Stat check, guys. Yeah.
Jamie.
Producer.
Lauren lives in Salt Lake.
Yeah, so I thought maybe she lived
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
but I saw Reno.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Sean. And I'm sorry,
He's
Bree
so
Sullivan. I did not pick Sean Smith.
Did you see Mark Hammond's time at Hardrock?
I
last
have
year?
Mark Hammond on my list, and I also have DC Peaks course record holder Adam Loomis on my list as
Oh
well.
yeah, I thought you meant me because
So
I was
honorable
the course
mentions:
record
Mick
holder.
Garrison, Adam Loomis.
He did beat my first Killian Korth took my
Yeah, that
course
was really-
record, and then
He'll be back though.
Yeah.
Okay, that was fun.
Wait, recap it.
Okay.
Let's hear your team.
Okay, I have I have Caleb Olson, Zach Garner, Dakota Jones, Ryan Montgomery, Michael McKnight.
Okay, I got Hayden Hawks, Tyler Green, Anthony Costales, Jimmy Elam, and Chepe.
Oof.
My team smokes yours.
Yours smokes me in most distances.
That's amazing. I'm
My
very
opinion-
proud of Utah right now.
Yeah, dude. The Dark McKnight doesn't have the wheels that your team has, or even a mile or but if I take anything over 100 miles, I like my squad. So
So
there's a few races
There's
across
a-
the Wasatch Front that I'd like my squad on.
yeah, for sure. I love everyone we mentioned. That's why they were on this list.
That was cool. Okay, great. Send us your notes. We need to know who we forgot or who we missed or who was the steal of the draft. We're gonna jump right into Hardrock now. This week's Hardrock. So for the listeners, I'm sure they know, but just in case they don't, 102.5 miles and a little over 33,000 feet of climbing, which makes it It used to be the toughest 100-miler as far as climbing goes in the U.S. It is no longer that. There's a few courses that have more vert than that.
They share some of the same miles, I think.
Wyoming Range, Ouray. Those are the top two that come to mind. I believe there's one in Montana, but I don't know for sure. Okay. So this year, Hardrock is running the clockwise direction. I had to look that up. I don't know.
Yeah. That's cool that they do that.
It's cool that no one uses a clock that has two hands anymore.
Should we do that?
Most of our young listeners are like, what is clockwise?
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to tell them what a typewriter is and a clock with two hands?
I'm going to go teach my kids that when I get home.
Yep.
I have a clock hanging in my house. Should DC Peaks 50 go in reverse?
No.
Great.
We've settled down. One direction.
Why not? Because you've never even done it. So you don't even have an opinion.
Don't ask me. I've never done it the southbound direction. I like races that do the same course every year. I do think the tradition of Hardrock alternating directions is really fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's cool.
Okay, we'll let them have that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that they do that. I think that most races that just keep the traditional, point to point or the loop the same direction every year, I think it's cool for, I don't know, I like it. I'm kind of traditionalist that way.
Do people want to get into hard rock or Western more? Probably Western.
I'm going to definitely say Western.
Yeah. But hard rock second.
I think there's a lot of people that are like, I don't want to
Do you think
do all that climbing.
what's harder to get into? Western, hard rock, Barkley.
Ooh, Western.
Harder than Barkley?
I think so many people don't even try to do that. They're like, that's not even a race. That's a witch hunt.
Still hard to get into.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
going to say Western.
Me too.
Okay, so record holding. We'll start our hard rock off with Killian owns the clockwise direction course record at 21 hours and 36 minutes. 21:36.
Doing 33,000 feet of climbing.
Francois owns the counterclockwise. In 2021, he did it in 21:46. So only 10 minutes between the two of them, clockwise, counterclockwise. This year, Francois, there is no question, he is going for Killian's clockwise direction. He could hold the record both directions at the same time. I don't know if that's ever been done.
That's cool. When he's in the race, I look at the field. If Killian's in it, I'm always going to pick Killian.
Mm-hmm.
But Francois, I feel like, yes, he got hurt. He had surgery on his ankle. He had some issues. So he was out for a while. But he's back. And when he's in it and it's climbing like that, if it was Western, I wouldn't say so. But it's not. It's hard rock. And I think it's his race to lose.
I cannot really argue with you. There's a couple storylines before we get into who is going to win.
Because Cody's out.
Yeah, Cody's out, which gives a clear path to Francois. Yeah. But Zach Miller being out.
Maybe.
I think he's 99% out.
That sucks.
Therefore, I'm not putting him on my podium.
What happened to him?
I would have had a really hard time not picking him. Even though
it's a great pick.
It's Francois to lose.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see a Francois-Zach battle. But I think Zach could beat him.
What happened to Zach?
Appendix burst, maybe? Is that
Burst?
right? Appendicitis? I think that's what his post. I don't remember.
If it burst,
I read it a few days ago. He went to the hospital and had a minor procedure done, and he was 7 days out from the race. And his post was like, I'm most likely not going to run, but it's a week out, so, you never know kind of thing. I don't think he runs. He's a very high-profile pro athlete, one of the best the U.S. has to offer.
Yeah, he was on my team, if you recall.
Yeah, like you're not going to rush into one of the toughest mountain races just to go run it when you have a career of running.
Do you happen to
ahead of
know if he's in UTMB?
I don't know. I didn't look it up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, he's probably open to do.
I'm pretty sure
peaks.
he's not in UTMB, but I think I don't know. We might
October
make room
5th. We got you.
Yeah, we could make room for Zach at
Let's go, Zach.
DC Peaks. He's
Yeah.
got an open
I
calendar.
wonder if he could finish.
We got 8 stations.
Yeah, he could probably do it.
Yeah. So, who's on your watch list?
I have something I would like to bring up. I'm looking
I'm sorry.
I'm looking at the female. I'm on Ultra Sign Up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the female list.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to talk to the tech team at Ultra Sign Up. Whoever built their algorithms that pick 2, 3, 4. They have Courtney Dauwalter, 5th woman.
They just need to override all results to be like, just put her at the top.
5th female. I'm like,
Yeah. Well, that's because someone ahead of her like won a 25K
that's what I'm saying.
in Nebraska, and they liked her.
Yeah,
So.
I if Courtney's in the race, like that's a wrap. So we talk about who's second place.
Or we could just talk about, is Courtney going to overall podium?
Oh, I like that. Okay. There's a lot of Frenchmen. Right?
Yes.
And they can climb.
Yep.
I mean, so can she. Last time you asked me this, you said, will Mika Thu's podium at Tahoe? And at the last second, I said yes.
Run the tape.
Run it. Put it back in here.
Uh-huh. And you said yes.
Uh-huh. And she did.
And she did. Yeah. She was 3rd overall.
Okay. Courtney is for sure going to top 10.
Yeah. She was like 4th or 5th or 6th last year. Something like that.
Oh, how fun. And now Zach's out.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Schlarp's fast.
Yep.
He had a knee injury, surgery, came back. He's won it.
It's been a minute, but yes, he has.
Are you saying he's old?
I'm
He's
saying
exactly my age.
I'm saying he's not young.
Do you think that head-to-head Jason Schlarb could beat Courtney?
No.
You think Courtney?
No shot.
No shot.
No shot. Courtney is also rested and has been prepping. Like, this is her race this year. She did all those races last year, and this year she's like, I just want to do Hardrock.
Pomeray.
Yeah. Ludo.
He's
He's
fast.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm watching for him.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe she could, bro.
I need a definitive yes or no, please.
Absolutely 100% she will.
She will overall podium.
Mick Garrison said it here first.
Here on the next aid station, Mick is calling his shot. Okay. I don't want to root against you, but I think the men's field is stacked, and she's got her work cut out for her. It's
Of
great.
course she does.
It's great.
Okay, who's going to beat her?
Francois is going to beat her. Ludo's going to beat her. And I think Diego Pazos
Yeah.
is going to beat her. He top 10's UTMB. So that's my men's podium. My men's podium is Francois, Ludo, and Diego. There's some other big names in there, like incredibly experienced.
Like Paul Terranova.
Paul Terranova, your boy, Mick Jernick, the
Yeah.
other Mick.
Yeah.
The other Mick, did you know he did the, Paul Terranova is who I was thinking, I'm sorry. So he did the Rocky Mountain Slam last year. There's only like 6 people doing the Rocky Mountain Slam this year. So it's 6 or 7 kind of around there each year. Paul top 10'd all 4 of his Rocky Mountain Slam races. Hardrock, Leadville, Wasatch, and Bear.
That's amazing.
Top 10?
You want to know something?
All of those?
I talked to him in the middle, well, not in the middle, but close to the middle of the Wasatch 100. So cool. He was having fun.
He loves it, dude.
He was having fun. He was just like, hey, what's up, man? Like, just enjoying himself out there.
Speaking of older, he's like 49. Schlarb's like
He's
47, 46? Yeah. But they have, I mean, the amount of miles they have on their legs, like their base. Is it even considered a base anymore?
That's a big, like, well, you want to talk about Carl Meltzer?
Yeah. Carl's in the
Carl's
race.
in it. Speed Goat's in it. He's got a few miles under his belt.
Okay. Is Carl going to top 10?
I don't even think he's trying to anymore.
No. I probably agree with that sentiment.
I think not. No. I think that Carl's going out to how many times has he won this thing?
He's won it and he like lives out there now.
Yeah.
He won't top 10, I agree with you. But I'm watching.
Oh, me too.
I'm watching
I
Carl.
love Speed Goat.
Yep. He's rad. He's awesome.
I like that he's kind of grumpy. But like I used to live in Boston and I love that just like straight shooter, tell you what's up. You know that they're cool, they'll drive, they'll help you if anything ever went wrong, but they also just no bullshit.
Carl's
got that a little bit.
Yeah.
I love it.
He holds on tight to that old school ultra community mentality.
You just pulls, you bitch.
It's like pulls, cell phones. He still plugs his headphones into his phone for music. He plugs them in. He doesn't go AirPods or wireless.
He has a rotary phone.
He does. Phone. I will say, let's see. Luke J. just got in off the wait list. Littleton, Colorado.
Yeah.
He's going to be there fighting. I believe he's in for a treat. I don't know how you get off the wait list like with a week or two to go. You're just ready to go?
Because you're elite.
You're just always ready.
Yeah.
You're always ready for Hardrock? That's crazy. I guess you see where you're at on the wait list and you kind of know.
These guys are, I don't know if they're always ready to like compete to win, but certainly to finish it. Yeah.
So I think, Luke is definitely going top 10. I think he's probably top 5. If I've got Francois, Ludo, Diego Pazos, I think the next few runners would be Luke, Jason Schlarb, Paul Terranova, something like that. Mick.
We got Utah guy Matthew Van Horn in it.
I know, he's in it too. Very experienced, very good runner.
He's so good. He's fast. But you know what I associate him with?
Yes.
What?
Sleeping in the middle of the race.
He can.
I know.
He goes so fast.
He goes hard.
That he's like, I don't know if he's just wrecked. It seems like he's wrecked. I've seen him up at Brighton in the Wasatch 100 multiple times where I'm like, oh, he's done.
He literally will just sleep at the 100K mark.
Yeah, he's wrecked. And then all of a sudden he's just up and he passes it. He's like, that's an interesting strategy. I don't know if it's strategy or if he just legit feels like shit and has to do it. But either way, he bounces back. Didn't he pass you?
Yes.
Tell me that again.
Why? I don't like
about the part where you got passed.
So, the first time I ever did a 100-miler was the Wasatch 100. And I roll into Brighton, mile 67 or whatever it is. And I pick up my pacer.
Quite that.
It's 60-something. And 62?
Maybe.
65?
What is it?
It changes. Mid-60s.
69?
Yep. No, that's too high. A little bit lower.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So we roll in, and there's a dude in a sleeping bag sleeping off to the side. And Chepe was there, who's your number 5 pick of your men's draft. And he'd been there like an hour or longer. He's like, yeah, I'm just supposed to pace Matthew Van Horn. And I look over, and he's sleeping. Just out. And he's like...
Jose
yeah.
just gets in the blanket with him.
Jose was small spoon. I think he was a small spoon. Van Horn preferred the big spoon. And they were just spooning. Well, that part I think I made up. But they were hanging out, and Jose's like, yeah, I don't know if he's going to run, but I'm waiting for him. Hopefully he... So I grab my pacer, and I start hobbling down this ravine, and I'm in terrible shape. It just, everything freaking hurts. And 30 minutes later, hour later, something like that, these two headlamps come... Dust is going everywhere. It was like a cougar was chasing a deer down this ravine. That's how fast they were moving. Like two animals just going at it. And wait, two animals. Yeah, I don't think those two animals were going at it. These two.
Brighton's at mile 69. Chepe's the little spoon.
Couple animals.
Can we cut for like 3 minutes? We'll come back.
Yeah, that's crazy. So my pacer and I pull over to the side. And these headlamps just go hauling past us. And it was Chepe and Matthew Van Horn. He ended up beating me by like 2 hours.
Whoa.
In the last 50K. And the last time I saw him, he was dead, dying, sleeping. And I was like, that dude's done. Dude, old MVH, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, he's very experienced.
Yep. So yeah, that's really my only experience with Matthew Van Horn on the trail.
Okay.
Thanks for bringing that up when he passed
You're
me.
welcome.
Mm-hmm. But that was my first ever 100 and my first ever finish, so that was cool.
I was with you, bro.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. You paced me too, Brighton.
Yes, I did.
All right. Did you want to roll with my podium, or do you have your own podium?
Yeah, no, that's great.
All right.
Well, except for the fact that that's top 3 men. That'll work.
Top 3 men. That's
Yeah.
our top 3 men.
That's not going to work for overall because Courtney will be on it, but
Fine. Women's podium. Women's podium. So obviously Courtney.
yeah.
Who are the other two? I think there's 3, maybe 4 runners.
Okay, who do you think?
First of all, there's only 31 women.
I
in the
actually
race.
don't.
31?
There's always somebody that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and
you just
surprises
don't
me.
know them all, right?
Yeah.
So on my watch list, I'm going all overseas. In fact, of my 6 podium picks,
Camille.
Courtney's my only U.S. pick of the 6. This race to me is the most similar to anything over in the Alps. That if they've got a decent resume competing at UTMB or any of those courses over there, I like their chances over anyone training in the U.S. That's just me personally. So,
Over anyone in the U.S.?
I mean, in general.
Okay.
I just
Because we do have the current UTMB champion, male and female, in the U.S.
He not racing.
I'm just saying.
Katharina Hartmuth, Czechoslovakia, I think. CHE.
Uh-huh.
I believe that's
Chicago.
Cheyenne, Wyoming. And Camille Bruyas from France and Claire Banworth.
Yeah.
Claire, our girl Claire.
Yeah.
We just got done talking about her.
Yes, we did. You talked to her.
Yep. But to just jump out there and cut to the chase, my women's podium is Courtney, Katharina, and Camille.
I like it. I'm not going to argue with you.
Dude, Katharina, the last 2 years, 2nd and 3rd at UTMB. Yeah, I like her a lot.
Mm-hmm. A lot of experience there. Great climber.
Yeah.
What you need in Hardrock.
I didn't look at the times at UTMB, but I don't know how much Courtney, when she set the course record at UTMB, how much she beat her by. But maybe she hangs. Like, what is Katharina's strategy? Is she like, I'm going to just stay on Courtney the whole time, or I'm going to run my race?
I think that would be a mistake. I think the latter.
I'm going to run my race, and if it shakes out and I beat her, I beat her.
That would be very risky. You're going to just try and hang with Courtney Dauwalter?
I don't know.
That's a great way to blow up.
Maybe.
No?
So you're like, okay, I'm just going to go get second? Like you're just submitting to second?
These are pro athletes. I don't know if they have that in them. So in their mindset, I think that they're going to just go out and do their race. I think it would be a mistake for them to go out and try and stay with Courtney.
Our Western States preview, if anyone listening to this one, listening to that, we talked about Katie Scheid a lot, and it was like her race to lose kind of discussion, which clearly she blasted the field.
Yep.
But we did say something. We said, I don't think she comes close to Courtney's record. I think she, comes in around the same time as she did in 2023. We were very wrong. She beat her time by almost an hour, dude.
I watched, they talked about it a lot on the live stream, where she was compared to the course record, Courtney's.
Yeah, it was like the back.
And she was like way ahead. And then she was a little bit ahead. And then I'm like, uh-oh. And then she was even, and then
She only missed it by like 20 minutes, which is wild that she was sub 16, first of all.
Yeah.
I bring that up on Hardrock Week because I'm like, I think sometimes maybe we give too much credit to a single runner when the field is like, they're all putting in the work, and they're all fast, and they can all climb. And you just don't know on any given race how someone's body's going to respond.
I'm just going based off of history. And I'm like, if I'm a betting man, I do know how her body's going to respond, and she's going to win.
Right. But that's why I'm like, is someone like Katharina or Camille, are they going to push and hang and perform better than we're giving them credit for? Like, we're basically saying, yeah, Courtney's going to win by an hour or 2 or 3 hours. It's like, no, she might win by 10 minutes.
She's going to win by 3 hours. Do you recall, I believe it was Jason Schlarb when he tied Killian?
Yes. And they went and touched the rock together, and it was really cute.
I know you hate that.
Ugh.
But going into that race, I would have been like, Killian's going to win this race.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
I know. That's why I'm bringing it up. So, sure. I actually would love for that to happen. I want a race.
Yep.
But I've just never really seen it.
The race, what was Courtney's time? What's her Hardrock record time? I didn't write it down. But I want to know if it's anywhere near the men's time.
Let's see, 26:14.
It's
26:14. So you realize she's 5 hours behind Francois?
Yeah.
5?
That makes it not great for my podium pick.
That was 3 weeks after Western.
Yeah. That was 3 weeks after Western. So that's gonna play a role. She's still.
Well, she's done it another time and did come close to 21.
Because I was like,
She's probably done it more than once.
Could you imagine if Courtney was racing Francois? That was the race. I just don't think it's realistic.
No.
I think it's a 3 hour.
He's too fast.
It's a 3 hour spread there. Minimum.
Okay. There's your over-under. Could she be inside of 3 hours on Francois?
Is she sub 24? That would be the question.
She's not going to be within 3 hours of him.
Is she going to go sub 24?
Nope.
We have ourselves a gentleman's wager.
But yet I still think she podiums.
Yeah.
Get it together, Mick.
Exactly. Why are you picking the argument? If she's going to podium, I believe she has to go right around that 24-hour mark.
Fine, for sure, 100%. I believe I said she's going sub 24.
So she'll podium. Okay.
She's rested. She's coming off of a strict diet of burgers and beer.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's go.
She's been eating right.
Yeah.
She's ready to go.
Did you ever hear her on Joe Rogan? He's like, so are you like on a strict diet? She's like, no, just eat whatever I want. Just do whatever. I just show up and kick the hell out of everyone. That's wild.
Yeah. That is wild. All right. Are you rolling with me? Are we rolling together on the women's podium?
Yeah.
All right. Women's podium recap. Courtney Dauwalter, Katharina Hartmuth, and Camille Bruyas. Yeah, that's a squad. That'll be fun. I do think that this year, I think it's important that we talk about one more thing before we close. Hardrock, for the first time ever, will have live stream.
Oh, I'm very excited for that.
Live stream in the highest mountains that I think our country has to offer. Ish.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a 114er in the race, but it's a very high altitude race.
Yes.
Like, I think it averages 9,000 or 11,000, something like that.
It's Starlink. They're closer to the satellites.
Oh, well, no wonder. It's easier for
It's
them.
going to be fantastic.
So it's easier. I see.
Yeah.
It's easier. They're closer.
Oh, I am dialed on this live stream.
Very locked in.
Oh, yeah.
So this will be fun because we'll be actually like watch and follow for 24 hours.
This is what I'm saying. This is what the sport needs.
We've been saying.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be fun this weekend. Anything else? Any other storylines that we missed that we want to touch on? Hard Rock Week.
One question.
Okay.
Does this put the river crossing at the end of the race?
I have no idea.
That big river crossing? I don't know if it's as famous as the Western one.
That's all I can think of right now.
Because
when
I'm
you
just
say
like,
that.
why they got to run with the wet,
It's probably awesome.
the socks?
Our country is in like a massive heat wave right now.
It's just going to be cobblestone. Just hop across the
There's
river.
no water on the course. I don't know. I imagine it's going to be like 90 degrees out there.
Well,
and
that
high altitude.
that makes it very
Yeah.
difficult.
90 with high altitude.
That makes it difficult for those fast times. Then that makes it harder for Courtney to be under 24 hours.
Well, as long as she podiums, then you win.
Yep.
That's the wager.
Okay.
High
What?
72 in Silverton, is that right?
High of 72.
Oh.
High of 72 in Silverton. Not 90.
Low of 40.
Oh.
Okay. That's going to be comfy.
That's nice.
Yep.
That's not what Western had.
No. This is going to be fun. Okay. Recap. We did our Utah men's draft. We did the podium, men and women, Hard Rock. We've got a lot of cool races coming up the rest of the summer. We're like dead in the middle of running season.
I feel like we're just getting started.
We're just getting started. All right. To close out today's podcast, we want to thank our sponsors, Rockstar. Mick and I with the yellow Rockstar Recovery Lemonade drank this morning. Cheers, mate. And thank you to DC Peaks and its awesome races. Again, if you're going to sit there and watch the live stream, just tab over and sign up for a DC Peaks race if you are so inclined.
50 miler, 55K. For the first time ever, we have a 25K. Goes along the last 14 and a half, 15 miles of the 50 miler. Probably the best groomed trail, perfect views and all the fall colors.
The coolest part
That's
about
amazing.
the DC Peaks events, if you sign up for the 50 miler, you actually get to run all three events.
Ish.
Yeah.
You don't climb zigzag.
Yeah. You just get to be on the same trail.
Yeah.
So the 50 miler, the 55K and 25K use all the same trails. It's really cool. You see other runners. You get to use the aid stations. Pretty cool event. This will be a really fun October 5th coming up. And for sure we're going to have amazing weather that day.
Yep. Ultrasignup.com or dcpeaks50.com.
Or call Mick directly, his phone number.
555.
All right. Thank you for joining. See you again next week. This has been The Next Aid Station.